Tom Davis together with Steve Melewski, who covers the Orioles and covers the Orioles minor leagues through MASNsports.com. And we've talked about Cody Sedlock a lot since he was drafted #1, but you got some other players you want to talk about at Aberdeen, right?
Well, we've covered the first rounder, Cody, pretty good there, Tom, on the show. So let's talk about the 2 second-round draft picks the Orioles selected. And the first guy is Keegan Aiken, 54th pick overall, round 2. They took him out of Western Michigan University. As you can see, a left-hander, good numbers here at Aberdeen, 1.59 ERA, and some highlights courtesy of the Orioles here. You can see really a kind of a simple, good, clean, repeatable delivery. The Orioles like this. The more you can repeat your delivery, the more you can throw strikes. He's got a real good feel for pitching. He throws a 2- and 4-seam fastball, slider, and changeup. Really good arm speed on the changeup, 92 to 93 with his velocity. And, you know, right now, some of these kids pitched a lot of innings in college, as Keegan Aiken did at Western Michigan, so they're holding them to 3-inning outings. They just want them to get their feet wet. They're pitching in a 6-man rotation at Aberdeen, and so Keegan Aiken is doing really well for the Ironbirds. Now, the other second-round pick we want to touch on is Matthias Dietz. He's a big, strong, right-handed pitcher for the Ironbirds. You can see big guy, 6'6", 220, out of Orland Park, Illinois. He's already been ranked the #7 player in the organization by MLB.com. He throws a 2-seam fastball, 92-93. It's touch 95 with some good arm side run, slider, and changeup for him as well. His mechanics a little bit more active than Aiken, and maybe there are some little things the Orioles can tweak when they get to instructional league. But this kid signed for $1.3 million. That was the second highest bonus the Orioles gave behind Cody Sedlock. So, Tom, when you look at Sedlock, Aiken, and Matthias Dietz, the Orioles are really happy with all 3 so far. Their top 3 picks, college pitchers, progressing well with the Ironbirds.
So we go from Aberdeen to how about Norfolk and the Tides? What are their chances of making postseason play?
For a team that has not a great record, they're not bad. Look at this in the International League South. This is quite amazing. The first-place team has a .444 winning percentage, Gwinnett, and Norfolk, 17 games under 500, but a game and a half out of first place. This is crazy. This division, Tom, last year, all 4 of those teams were over 500. First time in league history, Norfolk won that division. This year, they're all going to finish under 500, but Norfolk still could win the division. But you got to credit Ron Johnson and the Tides, and even today, Francisco Pena, when he came to Baltimore, was mentioning they're pushing for the playoffs. They're 20-12 since July 18th. In their last 10 series, they haven't lost a single one, winning 7 and tying 3. So they're making a push, even though they're well under 500.
How about some players that are trending upward in the minor league system for the Orioles?
You know, there are a few. There are some good things happening on the farm right now. We want to take a look at a couple guys who are trending up right now. Joe Gunkel, right-handed pitcher out of Hershey, Pennsylvania. This is a right-hander the Orioles traded with Boston and sent Diaz to Boston to get Gunkel last year, 18th round draft pick in 2013. I mean, look at what he's doing. His last 5 starts, really strong for Joe Gunkel. He's having a solid year. DJ Stewart, the first-round pick last year, they challenged him, Tom. He was hitting just .230 at Delmarva. They moved him up to Frederick. He's changed his stance, and it's not about the crouch this time. He went from an open stance to a closed stance. Pretty significant change that he made with Frederick, and he's now hit .281 with the keys. He's kind of salvaging his year as he went to a higher level, and he changed his stance. So DJ Stewart is doing well. And this 21-year-old Randolph Gasaway for Delmarva. This was a 16th round draft pick out of a Georgia high school in 2013. Up until this year, we've seen him in the Gulf Coast League in Aberdeen with modest stats, but he's taken off a bit here this month in Delmarva. He's got some good gap-to-gap power. He can hit it out occasionally. Had a 2-home run game recently. So Gasaway's kind of one to watch. You know, they might struggle a little bit early when they're 18, 19, but now that he's 21, some things, light bulb coming on a bit for him.
Steve's the one to read when you want to talk about the minor league Orioles and for the Orioles on MASNsports.com. Steve Melewski, always a fabulous job as he goes down on the farm.